Following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys? Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, and Newy Scruggs.
Let's ride. Players Lounge, back in it with you. Thursday, heading on into a Friday and then Saturday, Sunday, which leads to week number 2 for the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's get it.
Home opener.
Let's get it.
Against the New Orleans Saints at Jerry World. All right, you know the crew is Hek'ma Harrison in the house. Former Cowboy safety Barry Church, the Toledo Rocket, is here.
Yeah.
I am merely Newy Scruggs. We got 45 minutes of Dallas Cowboys talk right here on the home of the Cowboys here at the SWC Podcast Studio. And the team is practicing right now, right outside the studio here, getting ready for things to get done. Yeah. So Jake Ferguson, Marshawn Lattimore are working off to the side in the trying to get ready for Sunday. We'll see exactly what happens there. Jake Ferguson's not been ruled out, the tight end. So there could be some good news there, Hek'ma Harrison.
I mean, you know I want for Kelsey to play. Come on now. And this is a week, guys. If you think about this matchup versus the Saints and the Saints defense, you want to find a way to get the ball on the outside. You know, Dak Prescott is going to be looking for his comfort zone, especially when he's facing a ton of pressure. So Schoonmaker's got a big time matchup, you know, on his hands today on this Sunday. And if you're able to find those guys out in the flat, if you're able to find Hunter Lipke, if you're able to get backs out the backfield, they're gonna present a lot of pressure. And what do you have to do? You have to have that fail-safe mechanism already installed to be able to get the ball out of your hands, and that's what I'm looking at.
First of all, before I get to what I'm about to say, man, Hunter, that's the first name that came out.
No. I said Schoonmaker.
Okay, my bad. The second was L Boogie.
Yeah, I was just looking at another alternative.
Because you know you're in the bag. You're in the bag.
I can't believe
you in Mike McCarthy's bag. That's what you're in.
Newy got that pack on. He must have that. He must have that blue magic, bro.
So good.
So the streets is talking right now.
Not the pack on it.
What are we talking? Anyways.
Hek'ma, you doing right, Hek'ma.
Just saying.
You doing
got
right.
him hooked on that narcotic. But when we talk about, Ferguson, what he brings, I think he's the, second best option when you talk about passing attack outside of CeeDee Lamb.
Right.
Now, if he's, 60%, 75% in that realm, okay, go out there and do your thing. But if he's anything less than that, if he's hampered in any way out there, limping around, I'd rather see him take a week off, rest up, and then you give a guy like Spanford or you John Stevens or, like you said, Schoonmaker out there and let them get the job done. I think this is a team that they can beat handily without, Ferguson getting in there. So why not give him the extra week to rest and get that thing right before you go through the rest of this season? But
I'm with you.
Got Baltimore next week.
Yeah, you got Baltimore next week. So if he's not, in that 75% realm, I let him rest and let those other guys get in there. And as far as who you're going to depend on for that second option, you got to lean on those receivers. You got to lean on Cooks, Tolbert, and CeeDee Lamb to get the job done, which I'm sure they're capable of against the Saints team.
And that's the thing, man. Like last game, Tolbert is that guy that I am literally rooting for and want to see have some success. But when I see him come out and drop a ball, and then even when I see Kevontae Turpin in a situation where they're trying to get him involved in the offense and he drops a ball, that's what gives me pause on that third and fourth wide receiver. And that's why I say the tight ends are so important, especially as as a defender. If I'm putting pressure on this quarterback, what is he doing? He's trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly, and he's trying to take his closest option. And usually those are your guys in the slot, and that's your tight end.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, first play of the game. Remember what happened with on Sunday? First play of the game. Remember what that was?
It was a holding penalty, wasn't it?
It was our guy. It was our guy Tolbert, offensive holding. Yes. So it's like start the season off.
Holding.
That's how you want to do it, huh?
Come on, baby. What do you do? So that was my thing. I thought, like,
yeah.
You?
Yeah, not of all the people.
You?
Yeah.
You, come on, man.
Of all the people.
Right, come on, man.
Yeah, no
come
doubt.
on, man. Not you. You're not good enough to do this.
Yeah. Now that was unfortunate, but again, I'm sure you've got an opportunity to watch the Saints defense. Man, they bring a bunch of pressure from different places. They window dress a lot of different things, and around the NFL, Dennis Allen is not one of those people like. Either you have a ton of respect for him or you don't have no respect for him.
No middle ground.
There's no middle ground with him, man. And like the court of public opinion on him is already so contrasting. But when I look at his defenses, he's a guy that'll put 7 at the line of scrimmage and only rush 3 and then drop everybody else back in coverage. And last week when I saw Dak make that audible at the line of scrimmage and then get the ball out in that 7 route to Cooks. Like that to me is just saying, man, don't play with me. I've seen it all. I've been through it all, and I can find my receivers. And that's why when I talk about guys like Jalen Tolbert, you got to be ready for the ball to come your way. Schoonmaker, you got to be ready for the ball to come your way because you're going to be put in a position where he may have to audible out of something, move you over or do something, and your number's going to be called, and it's going to be called like that.
Okay, so let's take this back here to Schoonmaker, and I'm going to hit you up here, Church, as a former player. What do guys in the room say to someone like Schoon, where Ferguson not going to be 100%, even if he's out there? I mean, we need you. You're second-round pick. Time to show up, man. Yeah. You are needed here. What's said in the locker room to someone like Luke Schoonmaker?
Well, the coaches are going to be the guys that kind of get at you as far as stepping up.
Wells.
Lunda Wells is going to be once you get in that position group, everybody has their own room. Tight ends got their own room as well. So once they all get in that room and start breaking down film, Lunda Wells is going to be the one that says, hey, Schoon, this is, especially if Ferg's not going to go, hey, you got to step it up. We need you here. We need you to get this thing done. We need X and O's. The players are going to go in there, and if they find out, Ferg ain't playing and, Schoon's going to have a bigger role out there, they're just going to try to get his confidence going. They're not going to really try to get at him talking about, you got to step it up. You got to be better. They're going to say, hey, you got this, man. Just be yourself. Go out there. Don't need to be Jake Ferguson. We don't need you to be Gronkowski. We need you to be the best version of yourself. Just get that confidence going. When he's making good plays in practice, man, that's how you get it done. And I'm sure Dak Prescott, if they're out there right now throwing the ball to him, getting the catch, I'm sure Dak is doing that same thing. Hey, man, come on. Good job, man. You doing good. That's exactly how I want that route run. We don't need this guy to be somebody he's not. Like, if you want to go out there and try to press and do all this other stuff, that's how mistakes can happen out there. So if I'm, a player in that locker room, I'm just trying to get his confidence to the highest before we go out there on Sunday.
Because, Hek'ma, you use a high draft pick. That's a second-round pick. Okay?
Yes,
that is a high draft pick, considering that you already had Jake Ferguson in the fold. So they brought him into a really good tight end room. Second-round picks must be contributors. Yeah. And like I said, Ferguson's not going to be 100%. If he plays, it's not going to be 100. He has to take advantage of this opportunity. And he also must be better at blocking. That was the one thing talking about last year. Like, you come from Michigan, we're supposed to see some blocking, right? It wasn't where it needed to be. And that, to me, is my thought process with the young man. And we talk all the time that, you're the most growth you're going to have as a football player is from your rookie year to your second year. I just look at Luke Schoonmaker. That's a guy, hey, man, you need to make this jump and make a significant jump, because as you start to think about where this whole salary cap thing's going with the Cowboys, Micah Parsons is going to get paid. Jack got paid. They need draft picks to step in, play, and contribute. You cannot have a second-round pick be a guy we don't know.
Yeah, Will McClay, his specialty has been able to get those draft picks to be able to come in and play immediately. It's a pressure cooker situation for Schoonmaker because of the pick. They expect for him to be able to produce, but if he doesn't, as you just clearly just stated, that it is odd man out, because you have so many guys that will be thirsty and hungry to take your spot. Luke Schoonmaker just has to be a dog. I mean, look, assuming that he knows how to block because he came from the Big Ten is that you're assuming, all right? But when it has to show up on paper, it has to show up. It has to show up on the film. Like, the eye in the sky don't lie.
Never.
It's going to be right on you. And when they get into those big packages, when they two tight end sets, overload sets, you got to be able to win your individual matchup. Do your job. That's what I think you're alluding to. Don't try and be somebody else. Just do your job. And that's the one thing that over the years with him and his draft pick, it's like he's coming up Yeah, like you're making it count. You're getting that's like you've seen those opportunities that he's getting, but it stopped at the 1 yard line. You see a block, he's getting beat barely. He's out leveraging himself, different stuff like that. And that's all of those things are correctable. But now the spotlight is firmly on top of him with Jake Ferguson potentially being out.
And to me, it's I don't know if it's frustrating or just confusing because you talk about you got to be a blocker coming from the Big Ten. They ran the ball like crazy in Michigan, but when you talk about his pass receiving skills, I haven't seen any type of dynamic skills to where it's like, man, this is the guy. This is where we got to get to, and it's just a little confusing because you think about it and you're like, all right, well, Ferg is going to be that downfield threat. He's going to be that vertical seams threat. What can Schoonmaker bring to the table? If you're not blocking well, you don't really seem dynamic in the passing game. What's your role gonna be here, player?
So
it sucks.
So I want to go back. I'm not picking on you, Barry. I'm not picking on you. Right? But Dalton Schultz's first years here, it was kind of
that is true.
Hey man,
that is true. Touche, my brother.
And eventually he got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Eventually Dalton Schultz
bet
got
on
it.
himself.
So I will give him grace.
That's true. That is true.
At this point in time, give Schoonmaker grace, but at the same time, I'm sitting here like, go get some grace, but you go out here and show something here.
Some flash or something.
That if Ferg is not 100%, which going back to what you talked about, okay, do you rest him?
Yeah.
Well, you rest him because you're in your mind, you think Schoon can get this done. We can get our group is good enough to get this done, especially since you let Hendershot get on out the window. He's gone now. We don't know what John Stevens is. He going to be ready to go. So their question mark is there. That's why you need your guy, your second-round pick from Michigan. Here we are. We're still talking about the first and second-round picks last year from Michigan. These Wolverines to come do something.
It, man.
Man, I need these Wolverines. Man, need you to
Harbaugh boy.
Yeah. Look, get him in the rhythm of the offense is what I'm thinking anyway. Get him in, get some blocks in, and I think this running game is really what you're going to need to have popping against this New Orleans defense. You got to. I mean, and that's the only way that you get those guys to back up is break that press that they're going to present to you up front. They're going to be disrespectful. Actually,
Lattimore is going to be disrespectful.
He's going to be disrespectful, and that's the thing about them, man. And the thing that I love about watching this New Orleans defense is, man, they were one of those defenses that even when they didn't get to Bryce Young was taking punishment on completions. He complete the ball and take a shot, you know. And that's the thing. Like in this particularly against this defense, the pursuit is going to be there. You know, they're going to be very aggressive, and you can't allow for those cheap shots to be taken at your quarterback.
Let's get our first break in here. When we come back, let's spend some time talking about some of the defenders here on the Saints and the matchups that we're going to focus on. And if you're a Cowboy fan, you want to make sure you're dialed into this. He's Barry Church, Hek'ma Harrison, I'm Newy Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, which is brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Hey Cowboy fans, I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. But lately, I've been learning a new game, crypto. Sound confusing? Don't worry, even us pros were rookies in crypto once. That's why I trust blockchain.com. They make crypto easy. No confusing jargon, just the tools to help you win.
Prescott keeps it, slides with a first down.
Invest like your icons, where everyone is a rookie in crypto with blockchain.com.
Perfect throw, my goodness. Wow, did he ever thread the needle.
Visit blockchain.com/Cowboys to get started.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboys fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/Fan of the Year. Go Cowboys! To the Players Lounge.
Yeti, official cooler and drinkware of the Dallas Cowboys.
Stop.
Boom.
There you go.
Hammer time.
Best in the nice.
Yeti, too legit to quit.
Nice.
Aristocrat Gaming is bringing you the Players Lounge
yes,
right here
sir.
on DallasCowboys.com radio. Hek'ma Harrison is here. Barry Church. I am Newy Scruggs. Saints Cowboys coming your way Sunday at Jerry World. It is a noon game.
Yeah,
It is
Ladies
that.
and gentlemen, it is a noon game. So if you're getting your smokers, you want to make sure you get your stuff rolling the day before, that kind of thing there. Wherever you're going to get to your spots early.
Okay.
I just know this because I'm working. I don't fire up the grill or anything like that. But man, that's early to get going.
It is.
that's mad.
What time you get to the stadium? 12 o'clock.
Got to get there. You got to get there in the 9 o'clock hour.
9 o'clock.
Maybe later in the 9 o'clock, but you got to get there 9 o'clock hour. When you start going 2 hours inside of it, I just don't want to deal with any issues. I always worry about accidents, even though I've got a route that's good.
Yeah.
My route's really, really good. Okay,
Yeah.
I got the back end. I never get on the freeway. I know exactly where to go, but I just don't trust people.
Yeah.
Heck, that's my thing. I don't trust other people, and I would rather get there early, get a spot, be rolling along, but I don't want to have any wait time at all.
Wow.
I need that route, man. After the show, share the wealth on that route.
Come on
man.
now.
I need that
That's what
route.
I was waiting on.
I need that. Hey, let me know. Let me
Yes,
know.
Yeah. We'll do that offline.
yeah,
I
after the
ain't
show,
gonna
I
sit up
need
here and
it.
say to everybody, I'm on my
The next thing you know, it's gonna be.
And everybody's on that route.
Yeah, you know
Exactly.
what I'm saying?
No, mine's good. It's then after the game too. Boom,
Oh,
bam.
that's when I needed that after the game.
Oh,
Treacherous.
yes, sir. No, I know exact, man.
Clutch.
Yes, having lived in Arlington for 12 years, and then I'm good. But no, you never catch me on the freeway, baby. Never doing anything like that. Chris Bean just sent me this pretty nice note here. He's our producer here on the Players Night. Says the least and most expensive NFL tickets for week 2 of the season. The least expensive.
Ain't no surprise there.
The Chargers at the Carolina Panthers, $25 to get you in.
Oh, wow.
25?
Man, you take your family of $400. Come on now.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Man.
there's nowhere to park there, Brian. The worst parking situation in the NFL is in Carolina. There's nowhere to park.
$25 a
But
ticket.
yeah, 25.
Ain't happening around here.
Yeah.
25 for a beer.
Well, the most expensive NFL ticket this week 2. The most expensive is $2,556 to come watch the Saints and the Cowboys.
You better believe it.
Wait, you say 2,500?
25
For a regular season
That's
week
most,
2 game?
That's most. Yeah. Well, you already know we got all the folks from the boot here.
Yeah.
2,500?
Now, they got that shot. They got hope.
We want to know.
I did a speaking engagement today, man. The dude was right there on it, man. The whole room ratted him out too. Yeah, him. It was him. He was the guy. Cowboy fan. He's all hyped up. He stood up too.
Yeah.
He stood up. He's back on it, man. So yeah,
Let's go.
That's how you can get 2,500. This is the difference between a $10 billion franchise, the Cowboys, and the Carolina Panthers.
That is facts.
25. And here's what we do know. Their most expensive ticket this year will probably be the Cowboy game in December.
Yeah.
Most likely.
Yeah.
Those won't be $25.
No, sir, they will not be.
Yeah.
They will not be. But that's the power. Hey, look, that's the power what the Cowboys are. Saw them all up in Cleveland. Cowboy fans everywhere. Hotel everywhere, man.
That's wild.
Everywhere. Even in a town where the Browns matter, okay? That is the squad. Every town has a team.
Yeah.
Now in Los Angeles, it's the Lakers. Here's the Cowboys. In Cleveland, it's the Browns. Cowboy fans rolled on up in it. And by the way, plane ride. You gotta book your tickets early too. Like my photographer didn't get his flight correct in Pittsburgh. So what my photographer did, he had himself flying in Saturday and then had himself flying out Sunday and not Monday. So he was trying to get a Monday flight. Can't get one. Can't get a direct flight. Cannot get a direct flight. And it's all because of Cowboy fans, man. So when you're trying to get to a Cowboy game, you better book early and if it's not an American Airlines hub, be challenging, man.
It's curtains.
Yeah, it'd be challenging. So I got my Cleveland one straight. He had to end up doing he and a bunch of people found out they couldn't get directs because those got sold out. So they were doing separate, doing connections. They were giving away. You know how you go into hey, we need some volunteers.
Yep.
$700 to go ahead and change your flight. $700. John Machota of The Athletic was going to do it because I told John, I said, John, if I didn't have to go get home off this flight and go to work, do the 6 o'clock TV show, I'd have been on it. And he ended up saying yes, and at the end, they found 2 other people, I guess. They took it for took it for 400.
Too many people's going to get that 700.
Right.
Save a little money.
Right. So he did for what he said he was going to do. So he ended up, but he would have had to go through Charlotte. He had to do a stop in Charlotte, got home. I said, man, I'd have done it if I didn't have to work. All day long, 700. But that's what. This is the economic engine of what the Cowboys are. Okay, this is the Cowboy fan is good for business.
Well,
okay,
the Saints fans are going to show up. That's for sure.
True.
They will be there. And one thing about Saints fans, they tailgate too. So you don't have to tell them about get your smokers out. They gonna be smoking early.
You're gonna have it.
And that's when you become friends with people, man. Yeah, man, you all right. Let me get a little bit of the beauty.
We on our way.
The beauty of gumbo is everybody makes it differently. So it's always the
be careful.
Taste over here. Let me taste over there.
True. I mean, I'm not an okra gumbo person. Like,
no,
I want the okra in mine. But yes, but it is the beauty of New Orleans, of just knowing that I'm gonna taste your gumbo and it's gonna be a little bit different. The person, even restaurant, everywhere you go, everybody has their own recipe, and that's the cool thing about the tailgate. And that's another reason why you get there early 9 o'clock hour. All right, what you got?
That's the one thing that sucks about being a vegetarian, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yes. That does suck.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah, that's the one thing about it, man. Because you go get in the parking lot and everybody is grilling everywhere you go. It's like, man, they
smell it all.
Yeah, smelling good too. 3 years in, they said, man, meat's gonna smell disgusting. Brisket still smells amazing. Still smells amazing. Fried chicken still smell good. Still smell good. But it is what it is, man. You live, crispy have to give it up, man. My blood pressure loves it.
Hey, that's a good thing, man.
That's what I had when we pulled up in the parking lot. People next door, like in Cleveland, they had fried chicken going. Hey, want a piece? Yes.
Yeah. My name is Newy. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, baby, was the last when I showed up there in '94. They had food going. And show up.
Oh yeah.
2024 still got food rolling, baby, and I partook in it. Yes, I did. Yes, ate good there. Okay, let's dive into some of these defensive matchups here. Lattimore versus Lamb. Okay, CD Lamb, I was impressed with. Yeah. By how much he played and how well he played for not having any training camp at all for the Dallas Cowboys. But Lattimore was a very good corner for this Saints team.
Yeah, this is going to be a big-time matchup. Lattimore is still, to me, one of the better corners in the National Football League. I don't think he's what he used to be when he first came in the league, which was considered a shut-down corner overall. He could, play off, play press. It doesn't matter. He's going to shut you out. But this is still a good matchup. But to me, CeeDee Lamb, he's in the prime. He's in the prime of his, receiving skills, and I just don't think Lattimore will be able to handle him one-on-one. And Lattimore's a guy with a lot of pride. He's a lot like he'll go out there, he'll talk his talk, and he's gonna tell DA, no, let me get my one-on-ones with him. And that's where I think CeeDee Lamb's got to take advantage. And he will. Dak Prescott will see that as well at the line of scrimmage. Hey, this man wants this one-on-one. Let me give it to him.
Right.
So, to me, that's a big-time matchup. The Saints think they have a guy that can at least hold CeeDee Lamb a little bit. But to me, I just don't see it. The man came back from missing the entirety of training camp and went against, two of the best corners in the National Football League and was giving them all the work they could handle out there in Cleveland. So, to me, a guy in Lattimore getting older in age, one-on-one and CeeDee Lamb, that's just not a matchup the Saints are going to win.
No, I like that. I like the matchup, and I like what you said about Lattimore. I have him here, man. He's just a hybrid corner. He's got to go man-to-man, he can play zone. He could do it all, and I think that's what shows his value and why he's stuck in New Orleans for as long as he have. His first year in the league, he had 5 interceptions, and I'm talking about he lived on that reputation of those 5 interceptions for the next 7 years. Everybody, he's a ball hawk. He's this and that. But, 1 interception last season. Again, he still is one of those cornerbacks that wants to travel and guard the best, be best on best. And I think, at this point, that test for CeeDee Lamb, those are guys like that he has to win his battles with. He had to emerge as what we know that we believe and what the organization believes in making him as high as paid as he is as a wide receiver, that they think he's that guy. And so, look, the last time we saw CeeDee Lamb in AT&T Stadium versus Jair Alexander, it wasn't cute. Right, so you get another opportunity to run it back versus a really good corner, and I think that he and Dak in this game really. What I want to see is them on the same page. Yeah. We talked about communication on defense yesterday. I'm talking communication on offense today. Whatever hand signals they got, whatever they got between one ESP, where where I'm going with this, because the Saints are going to present so many different looks and things, and if they get the right coverage and the right look at the right time, look, man, let that thing rip.
Yeah.
100-yard game?
Yes. For me, yes. Yeah, it's going to be a 100-yard game.
That's tough. I'm going 100. I'm going 100, a couple touchdowns. I think red zone, he'll be a threat versus this
Lattimore's
team.
one of them guys, he gets stuck in his way. Even if he's getting beat out there, man, he'll tell the safety, man, go over there. I got this. Until it's too late. So I think Dak and CeeDee going to wear him out, to be honest.
They over there baking pies over that side.
You want some more? No.
Come on, safety, come over here.
Come over here. Come on.
Looking like a young BC with Randy Moss coming
Oh,
up.
man. Shaking like I'm why am I down here at the corner spot?
I didn't ask yesterday when you told the story about going up against Raymond.
I believe that.
Did you talk to him after the game?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I had to. As a rookie going, like, also I talked to Manning, all those dudes I played against as a rookie. I talked to all of them. But Moss, when I went over there, he's like, you going to be all right, young fella. Even though he ain't know my name, nothing about me. But he was a cool dude, man. But I still, to this day, I remember that, man.
But one thing I know about my boy BC from Pittsburgh, he wasn't trying to swap jerseys with him.
No, I wasn't swapping jerseys.
That is. What other matchups you got, Newy?
Yeah, bump all that.
It's a different kind of league.
He wasn't trying to swap no jerseys.
Bump all that.
Your uncle never did that? Uncle Joe Green?
No. Yeah. Thanks. They would have said, thanks, Mean Joe.
It's a coat. Get the jersey.
Absolutely.
I mean, I do think about the NFL of the 70s. Heck and I grew up watching that. You never saw that. No. But could you imagine how many people after a game in today's NFL, if we're operating, how many people want Joe Green 75?
Jeez.
I mean, he had to bring 3-4 jerseys out there. People would want to do it too, because it's because that's the other thing too. How do you make sure you get the jersey? Micah does that a lot.
Yeah.
So how do you make sure you get that jersey? Because you're not the only person that wants it.
And he's in a case where he can swap with anybody because he's that high prolific of a player, and they want his jersey.
Yeah.
You got. Not to throw no.
Tashard Choice?
And see, the thing is with Barry. The thing is with Barry.
Man.
See, that's what you know about Barry.
We like T-Choice, but bruh, wow. What you got to say?
Mike Vick? Was that
Yeah. That's ugly, yo. I ain't saying nothing, man. He's a running back coach for the University of Texas. I'm going to stay out of it.
Hooker, but come on, that day.
That was so funny.
It's pride, man. That's guts. Look at him like this. Wait till they get in the room, man. Wait till he go out to the tunnel and
we get that.
Minister society type look, man.
That's cold. It's the Players Lounge.
We're going to take a break?
Keep it a bean,
It's the Players Lounge, so it is what it is.
Man, even come on.
I know. It's tough.
I mean, heck, even you,
Come on now.
Just what was the room? So when was it said? When was it after the game? Was it the next day? When did
after the game? Right after the game, man.
What they say? What you guys say in the room, man?
I was too young at the time to really talk crazy, but they was giving them heck there, man. They was, what you doing? Because this was before the whole after the game swapping thing. This was like new to everybody. So when that happened, it was a lot of, oh, you a fan type conversations going. Yeah, it was school. Back then, we had some guys in that locker room that
wouldn't play with it.
Don't play like that game. So it was an interesting.
And that's the thing. Look, that's the thing I know about you, man. All the guys that you hang with are guys that's been in the league for a long time. These are reputable guys. This ain't, he ain't have a cup of coffee here or there. You know, let me get your jersey, BC. No.
Now everybody does. Today, Tashard Choice today be fine, but back then it was like,
what?
Oh, you a fan, huh?
You get his telephone number while you was over there?
Oh, he caught a lot of strays that day.
I mean, the way he looked at her, it was so much of it was just like,
pure admiration. But he admired him, so I'm trying to cover it up. Do that another time.
Who's the head coach that year? Who's the head coach?
For Dallas?
Yeah, was that,
I think that was Wade. Yeah, that was Wade before he got.
Uncle Wade let everything slide.
Yeah, he would play his guy.
Wade. Leave him alone, guys. It's all right, guys.
Take the pads off, guys. Yeah, okay, Wade. We got to take them off.
Remember they called it Camp Cupcake? That way?
Yeah, Camp Cupcake.
I love playing for Wade. We was chilling.
Hey, you was fresh all the time.
We was fresh. I mean, we was trash that year, but we was.
Uncle Wade, man. Uncle Wade, my guy. I'll tell you, man. Before we go to break, my all-time Wade moment. It was after Super Bowl 50. We got to interview Wade when the Broncos won. Finally, all the years in the league, man. And we actually interviewed his wife too, because she was there as he was taking them bullets, man. So that was a very cool moment. And I also got to interview D-Ware. To finally get his Super Bowl ring. So that was cool. And this is the kind of guy Wade was. He says, I'm sorry I couldn't do it in Dallas. Your biggest moment in your career, you finally win. You still worried about people here? That's a different kind of guy.
That is.
That's a different kind of guy that he actually tried to apologize for not winning in Dallas. Man.
I love the apology, but man, it's so much fun to have Von Miller and DeMarcus Ware on the same defense. I mean, what a difference a Von Miller makes.
Yeah, they picked up. Yeah, they were so good. They picked up Peyton Manning.
Yeah,
Peyton Manning was actually Ware tells a story that Peyton told, like, I know how much I got. I'm give you what I got. But basically, you got to go with it. Right.
Yeah. At least he was honest, though. He was humble enough as a star quarterback in the league to be able to say, like, man, my contribution was minimal. He's not like a lot of these guys that.
I can't go sling it like that.
Yeah, exactly. He knew exactly what to do. Let me drive.
He was benched that year, wasn't he?
No, he was hurt. He was hurt. It took him a while to come back, but he just didn't have. He wasn't the same. Mm-hmm. But understood. Hey, man, I'm gonna go out here and do enough, but it's on you. And sure enough, with Carolina having those tackles out, they wore them out. But that was a cool moment. I said, remember just interviewing Wade, and Wade actually said, I'm sorry I could not get it done in Dallas. Yeah. And, good on Tashard Choice, running back coach of Texas. They got it done.
I didn't say nothing.
In the big house. I don't know if he did a jersey swap there. He did a jersey swap in the big house.
That's cold-blooded, man.
But if he did, he'd earned it, man, because they won. They dominated. Hek'ma Harrison, Barry Church, I'm Newy Scruggs, right back here on the Players Lounge, brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com radio.
I'm Cowboys alumni, Danny McCray, here with Smoothie King asking, what's that sound? That's the sound of me sipping one of their power-packed smoothies with over 10 grams of protein. With real fruits and organic veggies, because at Smoothie King, what you see is what you sip. So grab a delicious Smoothie King smoothie, throw a straw in your jaw, and get sipping real. Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Kyle Yeomans here, sharing that same team that brought you Buffalo, bringing NFL casino games that show America's team on and off the reels. Aristocrat is changing the game with a new experience. Football fans, this means you can pick your team and play your team. Check out the Cowboys-themed casino games developed by Aristocrat, a proud sponsor of the Dallas Cowboys. Gambling problem? Please contact the U.S. National National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-GAMBLER for 21 and over.
Raising Cane's presents the other rules of football. Rule 1. Any broadcast without the express addition of cooked-to-order Cane's chicken fingers is prohibited. Rule 12. No crinkle-cut fries, Texas toast, or craveable Cane's sauce constitutes an illegal formation. And Rule 31. Anybody who loves to feed their game face is an eligible receiver of Cane's. When it comes to winning game day, Cane's rules. Raising Cane's chicken fingers. One love. Go Cowboys.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Are you the 2024 Dallas Cowboy Fan of the Year? The Dallas Cowboys and Captain Morgan are celebrating extraordinary, inspiring, and original fans. Nominate yourself or the biggest Cowboy fan you know for a chance to be named the 2024 Fan of the Year and win prizes, including a trip to Super Bowl 59. Visit DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year. Go Cowboys.
Thank you, Hek'ma Harrison. This is Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming on DallasCowboys.com radio. B Church is here. Barry Church from the Cowboy Safety. I'm Newy. What you got, Heck?
Man, I just sometimes, man, the Players Lounge, man, it's just, I don't know.
This is what it's supposed to be.
Golly.
This is how the locker room
This
is.
is it. You get baked. You get baked unmercifully around here.
Gotta have thick skin in the locker room.
But there are no lies told.
No lies. No, indeed. Indeed, no lies have been told here. Unbelievable.
No lies told. Shout out to Shar Choice, man. I like T Choice, but that was yeah. But hey, man, now everybody's doing it, you know? You got to get clubbed by 30 and stand up there with a jersey.
Taking pictures,
man. I mean, it's a different time, man. It's a different time.
I don't know if I could do that, man. Like, if I go out there and I'm getting honey roasted and we lose 28 to, 7 or 3.
It's a new day.
I'm walking straight to the locker room, but
it's different.
It's a little different.
It's different, too. And then now, the other popular thing is, guys want to take the college photos. Like, oh, hey, we got a bunch of dudes from this university. Let's all take our pictures together. But you're right. I mean, we didn't see this when Parcells, Chris Beam, our producer Chris. Yeah, I don't ever recall seeing anything like that in Parcells because Parcells would be on folks about stuff. Yeah. I mean, man, you had dudes, Parcells would find out where you were at a club and bring it all up to you, man. Right. I mean, Parcells knew. You talk about somebody in the streets, new stuff. Parcells knew. Parcells knew, man.
That's them coaches with them iron fists. Man, I'll tell you, with them heavy-handed coaches like that, that is, how did you know?
They be
First of all, how did you know?
They be known, too.
Hey, Bill Snyder at Kansas State, how did you know? Well, how? Yes. Who told you that?
Bill, who told you about peeping Tom?
Right? How the hell you know about PTs?
I coached about
What?
Yes, sir. How'd you know?
Under the bridge.
Mondays.
Not Taco Tuesdays, but Mondays. I'm going to leave that alone. I have no idea what that is.
It's closed.
That's all we know.
That's way back in the day. Way back in the day. But Parcells knew, man. Yeah. Parcells knew. Brandon Aubrey, the Cowboys kicker, a weapon extraordinaire. And he just... it's week 1 out there, man. Just get past the 50.
Man, you good. At least 3.
You got a shot. BC as a defender, knowing that you can just, hey, we got 3. And now, okay, that was last week. I don't think people understand. That is not an easy stadium to kick in. Okay, we got wind. The lake effect off Lake Erie. Now, Aubrey's at home. I mean, last year, 10 of 10. From 55 yards, okay? And you talk about the most 50-yard field goals made in the season in NFL history. Only one person's ever kicked more, and that would have been Daniel Carlson back in 2022. Aubrey last year with 10. This is historic stuff we're seeing from the young man here. And in his career with the Cowboys, 12 of 12 from 50 yards plus. But as a defender, when you've got a kicker like that, what does that do?
Oh, man, it relaxes you because you look up and, back in, the Cowboys Stadium, whatever, you get that big Jumbotron up there. You look up and you see, all right, man, we done crossed the 50. That's 3 points. We know that is 3 points at the very least. You ain't got to get ready for punt coverage or nothing like that because you know you're going to get at least 3 points. And when I played there was a guy by the name of Dan Bailey who, at that point, before he started getting the yips a little bit, he was money like that as well. Maybe not as deep as Aubrey, but you understood, like, if you get, past the 40, 35, you got an automatic 3 points with Dan Bailey. And this defense is good enough to where you get them, 10, 17 points, you stand a great chance of winning the ball game. So as a defender, when you get past that 50-yard line, you have a guaranteed 3 points. I mean, that's relaxing.
Real quick on Dan Bailey, from 2011 to 2017, attempted 13 50-yard plus field goals, made 11 of them.
Yeah, he was money back in the day. Yeah. He was money.
Let's say before the yips.
They got
before the yips. No, this is, and then with the kickoff, I read a stat about this season for a game this first week that they had more 50-yard kicks in the league in week one. So more teams are more daring to go out there and kick those long field goals as opposed to the pass. I mean, if it's 58, punt team ready. Yeah, but now that they're risking it, and especially what you see in the success that Aubrey is having for the Dallas Cowboys and the new kick rule. You're not going to the 25, you're going to the 30. So now, I mean, you got to the 30.
2 first downs.
2 first downs, we there. Yeah. And in a situation like this, especially going up against New Orleans at home, a lot of times teams, when they win the coin toss, they like to defer to the second half. I think this is a game that if you win the coin toss, you get the ball first and you get to try and get 3 points, whatever, touchdown, obviously. But jump on them, get a lead. Don't try and play from behind, because I think all of those things, when you do that just allows for your defense and your scheme to just open up even more when you're playing with a lead. You could try more things. You could blitz a little bit more. And, I don't want to base anything off of what we did in Cleveland, all right, because that was the first week for them as well, right? But this game, I think you'll be able to settle in and be able to see more of the way that your offense operates. So any of those long drives that you get down there and you can't complete it, you're almost like, okay, fine, I'll settle for 3 than even risking it like you would before when you didn't have confidence in your kicker. And we've gone through those times when we didn't have no confidence in our kicker. And it just seems like such a luxury now. But I'm not too far removed from when you couldn't even leave for the kick because you didn't know, man. You 20, 30 yards, that might be a miss.
The Mike Vanderjack run. Yeah. Chris Beam, you remember that at training camp. Man, we're out there, man, just watching this man miss field goal.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I mean, but this was okay. Hey, look, go pay some money, bring in a field goal kick. He was terrible.
But can I say this, though, too? I think as much as we're seeing Brandon Aubrey become a weapon, I'm also looking at a guy like Kevontae Turpin. Just keeping in line with the special teams, having a guy like that can also give you great field position as an offense on punts. We've been waiting. It's like for so long, man. He was the MVP of the USFL, and we like all the big plays that we saw in the highlights that we saw when he was with the Generals. Now we're seeing that finally come to fruition here with that punt return that he had. And if he can do that again, I think more teams will start to try and avoid a player like Kevontae Turpin.
Because when you look at it on kickoff, you can either kick it to Turpin, who's a dangerous guy that can return it for him. Kick it at touchback, you get it at the 30. Out of bounds, you get it at, the 45, I believe. So it's like, now that is, I didn't even think about it that way. That's a crazy weapon to have back there returning kicks.
And so, I mean, special teams-wise, you're kind of in a fix where some teams are like, all right, we stopped them. We stopped them. It's cool. Or you know that once things turn around, you kick the ball off, even when you score, you're putting yourself, especially with the new rules, in a pickle. If especially with the defense, the way that they're playing, getting sacks, getting, turnovers, things like that, but especially the sacks that put you back and you're having to kick a long field. That's where you really get in trouble, where you have to have discipline as a punter, not to overextend on your punts, because if you give them enough room to see the field, the way that the coach is setting it up, man, I think Bones is in it. Bones is in his bag. He's got a bunch of guys that's making him look good, but I'm telling you, as the year progresses, watch how this tandem of Aubrey and Turpin work for the Dallas Cowboys.
Belichick was talking about that on his thing thing. Hey, don't hate. Bill Belichick, Mike Lombardi.
Bill.
Hall of Famer. Future Hall of Fame coach, made the 6 Super Bowl. Guy I once covered and said he'd never win one.
Oops.
I was young. I was young in the game. Heck, young man.
That was you?
Fortunately, I had hair. It was a whole different dude. Don't know that guy. Hey.
Listen, man.
Before God saved me, I was a different man. Now I'm clean. I got a new heart.
Follow your sword,
heart, man.
Follow your sword, man.
Yes, sir. I didn't know what I didn't know.
Hey, but Bill is full of compliments these days for some reason.
Doggone right. I would be too.
They flowers.
Stay over there.
If you have not read the Don Van Atta article about Bob Kraft and how he's desperate to get in the Hall of Fame and his anger that Jerry Jones got in the Hall of Fame before, it is worth a read. And how things fell apart for him with Bill Belichick. And there was a story earlier in the offseason talking about Bill potentially coming here when it was questioned whether or not Mike would come back, of how Belichick would enjoy working for Jerry Jones because he knows how much Kraft has an issue with Jerry.
He just want to get back at it.
So, yes, in the video, he was praising the Cowboys and their special teams. But we know Bill is about special teams. I remember Jason Garrett's last game up there in New England, and it was a game the Cowboys should have won, let Matt Slater get loose, block the punt, and help change the game. It was a game Dallas should have won.
Yeah.
And the special teams, I think Keith O'Quinn was the coordinator then.
That was the bad year for the
teams. It wasn't good. But this was simply Bill understanding what he needed to do on special teams. And, yes, he was praising what the Cowboys had done, praised Will McClellan, did everything. It was kind
full of compliments.
It was like, I could work with those guys.
I don't need. What did I say? He's the guy at the party that's overly friendly with your girlfriend.
What's on your mind for real? That's how
you're too friendly, dog.
What you doing? Man, now you're a comedian.
Yeah.
Everybody a comedian.
Everything key, huh?
Laughing and stuff now.
Pow!
I didn't ask your girl for her number. I was asking for her number so she could give it to me for a friend of mine.
One of her friends.
Playboy.
Too many compliments in a row, brother. We see where you're going with this.
Bill's not just going to come back and work for some dog team. He's going to come back and try to work for a team.
I bet he would.
And he was
a quarterback.
He was talking about how good Dak Prescott is too. So Bill Belichick is going to spend his year complimenting the Cowboys.
Key.
Overshown. Everybody get a compliment.
Ain't that something?
And Jerry compliments Bill too. So there you go. But Mike McCarthy, by the way, 18th all-time in wins in the National Football League, and right now the third winningest active coach in the NFL. So Mike is doing his part here.
Big Mike.
All right, before we get out of here, let's pick the game tonight. Buffalo is at Miami. Miami is a 2.5-point favorite. BC, who you got?
Give me Miami at home, baby.
Got a score at all?
Oh, yeah. It's going to be 28-24 Miami.
Heck.
I'm going in my yayo.
Ooh, the yayo.
Yeah, I'm going in my yayo. And I'm going to go with something lower than that. I think it's going to be 17-10. 17-10.
17-10.
Yeah.
Yayo, I got to see if it's raining. I want to make sure.
It's going to rain.
I'm going with Coach Soul. You know what I mean?
Coach Soul.
Man.
Coach Soul. I like Coach Soul. Coach Soul took the podium the other day, man. I was like, you know what? It's coming out his pores. It's in there. It's in there deep, but it's in there.
Oh, he's supposed to be big. Yeah, okay. Nah,
he is.
Yes, Coach Soul, man. Give me Miami 24-17.
24-17.
Yes,
all right.
Yes, two at a time. So, all right, this has been the Players Lounge brought to you by Aristocrat Gaming for Chris Beam, Jazz. Everybody's been a part of it. That's Hek'ma Harris and Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
It's almost Friday.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.